Howdy, this is Marisa with Marisa Moments podcast, where I share my real life stories and their healing translations. So let's just get straight into it. So, as a young child, I was very, very quiet. Now, of course, with there being certain exceptions, like at home and things like that, in places where I felt really comfortable, right, around certain people, but very few and far between. And people used to always wonder why I never spoke or anything like that. And throughout all of those years where I essentially, as people would put, held my tongue, I was able to observe so much. I was able to observe people's truths, people's lies, people's insecurities, and everything in between. The things that most people would never even have a chance to observe, I was there to see because I wasn't too busy being concerned with what the next words I was going to say or how I was going to respond to someone, because I never put myself under the obligation because I was quiet. So there was no expectation for me to speak. I used my words very selectively and with those that I only choose to. Now, why am I talking about that? Oh, I know. It's because basically what Spirit is bringing back to me is it's so important to just sometimes be quiet. Just be quiet. There's no need to constantly run our mouths or try to have responses to everything and everyone. That is a part of the programming, to always have to feel like we are in some way, shape, or form superior to the next person, always having to add to the conversation, when in fact, sometimes we're just filling the air out of our insecurities, right? However, when we allow ourselves to observe those silent moments, that's when we really get the most downloads. Whether it be a divine download directly from the universe, spirit, God, Gaia, whomever you want to refer to it as, or if it is a divine download from someone else's having conversation or their actions, behaviors, things like that, because this is how we get our lessons. This is how we learn, by observing. Now, when we are speaking, sometimes we are able to have epiphanies if we're in a healed enough place and space to actually listen to ourselves as we speak and not operate under the assumption that we are always correct, because that is a false narrative, right? Instead, we have to sometimes hear ourselves out just to get to a true conclusion or to get to the bottom of where our actual hurt lies. And even more so, just with the observation, getting those downloads. And sometimes they can come as backwards downloads, where it's someone's false narrative actually sheds light on a truth that you had never even thought about before. So there's so many different ways to do things. But like I said, what Spirit is saying is that we need to concentrate on listening a bit more than we speak, because we do not know everything, even if we think we do. And especially if we think we do, that's when we just need to be quiet so we can hear what else is going on in the room. Whether it be to just go outside and listen to nature, because obviously nature already knows way more than any of us do. That's how it's managed to survive this long. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. The bottom line is just listen. Don't allow insecurities or someone else's projected complexes to push you into doing something before you're ready. Take in what you can while you can. Because no two conversations will ever be the same, and you won't be able to get that same download twice in the same exact form. So that's it. And if this message resonates, then that means it's for you. And if not, that's cool too. Just keep it pushing. Either way, I thank you for listening, and I wish you the best day ever. Until next time, you know the vibes. Peace. And by the way, don't forget to check me out on all of social media. I'm essentially everywhere you want to be, and maybe even some places you don't. Just remember, it's Marisa Moments. There is one S in Marisa. because there is only one me. And as a super duper addition, if you feel compelled to donate, feel free to do so. $1, 50 cents, $5,000, $1 million. It's all appreciated. And it essentially just goes back into the Marisa Moments Fund, right? So again, I am on Cash App, Venmo, all of the things. I will put a link and you can just click on it, making it super easy for you. Anyway, that's it for the commercial break. Again, have the best day ever and happy healing.